All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating evolution in personal development from Mel Robbins. Now, if you follow her work, you already know she's all about those no-nonsense, actionable strategies to get unstuck. But we're looking at a huge shift in her focus here. We are moving away from just managing ourselves to managing the one thing that honestly causes us more stress than almost anything else in the world. Yep, our relationships with other people. And it all starts with this incredibly harsh but true quote. No one is coming to save you. You must save yourself from yourself. I know it's a bit of a gut punch, right? But this realization is our starting point today. It sets the stage for a pretty wild journey from absolute rock bottom to total empowerment. It's a tough pill to swallow, but actually, scratch that, it's incredibly liberating. Because think about it, if no one is coming to save you, that means the power to change your circumstances rests literally in your own hands. So let's get into Section 1, A Life Unraveling and Hitting Rock Bottom. To really grasp this philosophy, we have to look back at Mel's lowest point. She was 41, and she was facing a staggering $800,000 in debt. I mean, just imagine the sheer weight of that number. She and her husband were both unemployed. She's watching his restaurant business completely tank. And to make matters worse, she's watching all her friends find success after success, while she's basically just struggling to put groceries on the table. It felt like an inescapable failure.
And you know what we all do when we feel that stuck? We avoid. Paralyzed by anxiety, even the smallest tasks, like literally just opening an envelope with a bill in it, feel completely monumental and impossible. So what do? We hit the snooze button because we just don't want to face the day. We might drink to numb out. We point fingers and blame our partners to dodge responsibility. We procrastinate because we're terrified of rejection. Avoidance kicks in as a survival mechanism, but really it's just digging the hole deeper and deeper.
Which brings us to Section 2, the 5-second rule, a very strange solution.
This whole bizarre fix literally boils down to 5 numbers. One morning, Mel was feeling completely paralyzed by dread in bed, right? And she remembered watching a NASA rocket launch on TV. Inspired by that countdown, she thought, hey, what if I just counted backward like that and launched myself out of bed? So she counted 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and physically stood up. It's almost too simple, but it worked. It worked because she forced herself to launch before her anxious brain had the chance to step in and say, no, stay in bed. It completely short-circuits the overthinking cycle. So this strange little life hack actually helped her rebuild her life, one tiny decision at a time. But the way the secret got out is wild. She was giving a talk to about 700 people at what turned out to be one of the very first TEDx conferences. She gets up there and her mind goes completely blank. She literally had a 21-minute panic attack right there on stage. Trying to just wrap up and escape, she blurted out her secret 5-second rule. And wouldn't you know it, the video gets posted online and goes globally viral. Millions of people suddenly had this tool to get themselves unstuck. Now for Section 3, small, consistent actions and the grueling comeback. Listen, going viral didn't mean she had an overnight success story. It was grueling. Take a look at this timeline. At age 41, she has that terrifying TEDx panic attack. It took 5 whole years until age 46 for her to get her first actual speaking paycheck. At 49, she self-published her first book. And she was 54 when she launched her top-ranked podcast. The takeaway here? Small, consistent actions, forced by counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 day in and day out, eventually lead to extraordinary things. You just have to relentlessly chip away at it. Let's pivot to Section 4, the relationship problem, or the hidden obstacle. Okay, here is the massive twist in the story. The 5-second rule was amazing for her internal battles, but it completely failed when it came to external ones. After years of hustling, aggressively pushing herself forward, and achieving all this success, she stopped and asked herself a really important question. What exactly is in my way? Like, why was she still so exhausted? Why was the self-doubt still creeping in if she had totally mastered her own motivation? Because let's be real, you can't 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 your way out of a traffic jam, or a boss who's driving you crazy, or a passive-aggressive relative. The punchy, shocking reality? It was other people. She realized she was burning through massive amounts of brain power trying to manage, fix, and just agonize over the actions, the moods, and the opinions of everybody else around her. She was walking through life as if she could somehow control other people, when in reality, people are the one thing in this universe you can absolutely never control. Which perfectly tees up Section 5, the let them theory and releasing control. So here is the ultimate solution. Discovering these 2 words, let them,
was literally like flipping a switch in her brain. It became this life-changing tool, a surprisingly simple secret to creating way better relationships. And honestly, the concept is brilliantly simple, but man, it is so difficult to actually execute until you make a conscious effort to practice it every single day.
The contrast between these two ideas is just fascinating, and they work so perfectly together. Think about it. The 5-second rule is all about self-improvement and internal focus, right? It forces you to take action on yourself. But the let them theory, that's about relationships and an external focus. It forces you to release your white-knuckle grip on everybody else. You push yourself forward, but you let go of trying to pull everyone else along. It is the perfect balance. So what does this actually look like in real life? Okay. Imagine you've got a grumpy colleague at work just radiating toxic negative energy. Instead of letting it derail your whole day or trying to play therapist to fix their mood, you just tell yourself, let them. Let them be grumpy. You just focus on your work. Or what about a judgmental family member critiquing your life choices? Let him. Let him have his little opinions. Instead of shrinking yourself down or bending over backwards to please people who honestly are just committed to misunderstanding you, you simply let them be. Ultimately, the whole philosophy boils down to this. Stop wasting your time, your energy, and your happiness trying to control things you simply can't control. Focus on the one single thing you actually can control, you. Taking your power back means finally waking up to the fact that tying your happiness to someone else's behavior, their mood, or their approval is essentially just total self-sabotage. You're basically handing the keys to your emotional well-being right over to them, and we're not doing that anymore. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really provocative question to chew on right now. Who in your life do you need to just let them be today? Seriously, think about it for a second. Is there someone whose drama or actions are just draining your battery? Because stepping back, dropping that rope, and just letting go, it might literally be the most productive, freeing, and peaceful thing you do all day long.